Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Today I have my foundation, contour, and highlight application tutorial for you. The good thing about this tutorial is it is in depth, but I don't use a lot of products. I simply use my foundation, a little bit of cream stick concealer, some bronzing powders, some highlight powders, and some carefully selected brushes. Please feel free to use what you have. If you have a nice collection of cosmetics, you don't have to use the exact same products I'm using, but you may want to try this technique. So let me just show you my cheeks. I sculpted up my nose. And my contour and highlight routine, this is a everyday look. You can do this every day. It is not overdone. If you apply your cosmetics very heavy-handedly, it will look overdone. But if you use a light hand and blend well, you can have a beautiful contour and highlight look for every day. And I don't usually put the contour on my forehead. I don't do that, and I don't apply it to my chin and jawline because I feel like that doesn't look like my everyday makeup look. So this, again, like I said, I don't use it there, but I do use it under my cheeks, use it on my nose a little bit, and of course when I'm wearing eye makeup, I do contour out my contour area of my eyelids. So today I'm not going to do this eye makeup look for you or the lip look. This is just simply the foundation, contour, and highlight. So if you have any questions, please leave them below and I'll be very, very happy to answer them as soon as I can. So take care of me well, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, so first I'm going to just remove any eyeshadow that has fallen under my on my under eye area. I just want to get that out. Next, I'm going to be using the Lancome 24-hour makeup. I have two shades here. The darker shade is what I usually wear during my work week, but the lighter shade I purchased so that I can use it under my eye area just to lighten it without using a lot of concealers during the week. So I'm just going to pump out a little bit of both, and I'm going to start applying the lighter shade of foundation under my eyes. Before I do that, this is the MAC foundation brush. This is the 190. This brush works really well for this technique. It applies the foundation and then it kind of thins it out just nicely. The tip of the brush works really well for thinning down the liquid foundation once it's applied to the face. So as you can see, I just applied some light foundation under my eyes, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose. It just helps you get the foundation where you want it. And I'm going to put a little on my lip just to highlight my upper lip area. So now I'm using a dampened beauty blender, and that's going to help soften out the foundation look, give it a nice natural look. It won't look like I'm wearing a layer of foundation. It'll look soft and blurred. And it's also great for getting into those tight areas on the face, around the eye, the nose. Now I'm using the Sonia Kashuk foundation brush. And I'm just using the darker foundation now, and I'm applying that over the rest of my face. That's helping to give me a subtle contour area, very subtle, because this is my everyday foundation. So I'm using the brush just to stipple it all over, and stippling also starts the blending process with liquid foundations. So this really helps a lot. After I do that, I usually use the same dampened beauty blender, and I just kind of just mute out the foundation, any lines that may have formed between the two colors. I'll blend that in and it looks lovely. Now with this video, guys, I'm going to be applying the Black Opal Cream Stick Foundation. This color is called Suede Mocha. I'm going to be using this very heavy-handedly Normally when you do your contour, don't do it in such a heavy application. I'm doing it that way today because I want to show you how easy the technique is. So I'm putting on a little bit more than I would normally put on, and yeah, on my cheek, and then I'm going to use my finger and just apply it to the outer portion of my nose. This technique is going to help shape your nose and make it look a little slimmer. And once again, don't apply your contour very thick or very heavy, and don't use a dark contour. You want to use something that's just a couple of shades darker than your natural complexion. So with that same Sonia Kashuk foundation brush, I'm just kind of stippling that color down, and I'm sort of brushing it in an upward motion just to help soften and blend it out. So now I'm using that dampened beauty blender. Again, I'm just softening out the contour look. As you can see, that beauty blender works extremely well with making your makeup look soft and subtle. So now I'm doing that down the sides of my nose, and I'm also going to be using my fingers just to blend down that contour because I did apply it a little too heavily. But again, I did that just to show you the technique and how easy it is to soften out your contour. Next, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Queen bronzer, and this color is called Ebony Bronze. And I'm going to be using a little bit of that and a powder brush. I'm applying that over the dark contour areas. This is going to help set that area so that it stays nice and subtle and it won't migrate during the day. Using the tip of that same brush, I'm just going to run it down the darkened areas of the contour on my nose. It's going to help set the cream stick foundation. Now I'm just brushing any powder away that's there. And I'm going to soften it out a bit more. I keep softening out my contour as I go on and apply the next layer of makeup. So now I'm going to be using the Derma Blend. This is the professional setting powder. This color is called Saffron. It's a beautiful, like tan, golden color. And it really does help set foundation, and I'm just going to apply that in all the areas where I applied my liquid foundation, and that's going to again help to set the foundation. And my foundations usually last all day when I use this powder as a setting powder. So I just want to get a nice amount of that powder on my skin, and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to apply a little bit under my eye area because I almost forgot to do that, and that's very important. So now I'm just applying a little bit of that under my eye area. I almost forgot. Just applying just a little bit, just getting it in there just to set any of the foundation that still might be slightly moist. You want to get it nice and dry. That powders will help pull out any oils that are in the foundations. And also it does the same thing for your concealers. So now I'm just blending it all over, just buffing it out, everything. Chin, my cheek area a little bit, my under eye area. I'm going back in there to brush any powders that are still under my eye. I just want a nice soft look. Next I'm going to be applying the MAC. This is like a highlighter. This is so pretty, guys. This color is called Golden Bronze. I'm going to be using a little bit of that's in the top. That's all I need for the day. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to my cheek, starting at the apple of my cheek and softly pulling that color back. And a little is all I need, again, because this is my everyday contour look, my everyday makeup look. Taking what's left of that highlighter, I'm just going to run it down the bridge of my nose, just across the top of my forehead. There's really nothing left at that point, just a little bit of sparkle or whatever the bronzer is made out of. But it looks so pretty, guys. I do encourage you to try this technique. It does really work. And again, guys, don't apply your contour very heavily. Just start with a light hand and blend really well. So thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it, guys. Take care, and I will see you at the next video. Bye-bye.